Hello, it's Philip here with Creative Cliff, and I want to compare some of the Elementor add-on packs that you can download. These will all be paid ones, so I have 5 of the biggest ones that I will be looking at, and you'll be able to get all the links down below. And so I'm going to look at some of the better things I like about each one and some of the things I don't like about each one. First, we're going to start with the price. It's $20 a year for one website or $100 for unlimited websites for 1 year. $100 is quite steep because most of the other ones are $50 to $60, and so that's a bit of a negative. Now, the lifetime is a little, well, double basically for a personal package, or $250, which is a little on the high end for the unlimited package. One comment though is, so this is $40 for unlimited one website, but with here through Envato we are able to get the element pack for $24 lifetime updates. Now the one difference here is it only comes with 6 months of support, whereas this comes with lifetime support. So depending on what you are more focused on, saving money or having that support option available, you could look into that. Again, this only works if you have one website. So with that being said, one of the great things about Element Pack is they have a lot of features. So if we hover over, or features, hello, okay, there we go, sorry, not features. Okay, so here we have element demos, and they have a lot of widgets. Some of them are overlapping, so I'm not going to get into each widget, and I haven't even looked at each widget, but they do have a lot of widgets that would fit a lot of different things. You can see some examples that they created, and then they have a lot of third-party widgets as well as parallaxing options and particle options and so on and so forth. So there are a lot of options here, which is great. We all love options. But what cost does that have? And so what are the quality of each of the widgets, and what impact does that have? So that's what we're going to be looking at for each of the packs, in what way that they impact your website. And so we'll be comparing them in each individual videos, and then we will have a blog post that will compare all of them together. So starting with this is Elementor alone. As you can see, I'm using the Hello Elementor theme, which is a very light theme. And then we have, just going to the plugins. So right now I have Elementor. Elementor Pro is turned off. And then Short Pixel, which I use for all my image compression. It's, I think, one of the greatest image compressions, and I have the link down below for that as well. Now, we will start with just this. We will turn on Element Pack later. So here we are, just a basic site. It's all using Elementor. So we will run that now here. So while we're running this test, I can show you. Here we have very similar site. So this is running on all Elementor. This is running identical, except for we're using the advanced heading from Element Pack. So this will require Element Pack to be running, which I'll have to turn on. So here we go, 25 requests, 212 kilobytes. So we're going to turn on Element Pack. Element Pack is running. So now this will work properly. So here we go, Element Pack, and we're going to start our test. The other thing that we're going to do is we're going to make a more realistic page, which is what I made here, and I will talk about some of what I discovered as I built this page nearly identically 5 times for each of the different add-on packs. So it should be done here. Nope. Okay, let's try that again. Sorry about that. Okay, let's run this again. there we go. So you can see we went from 25 requests. I'm not going to talk about load time because every time you ask something from the server, it's going to change. So that's not a consistent number. But we have 25 requests, 212 kilobytes. And then here we have 27 requests and 317 kilobytes. So we're gaining 2 requests and just a little over 100 kilobytes by running the element pack. Even if you just use one header option, that's what you're looking at. So 100 kilobytes isn't a lot. I think it's more than the other ones that I've done testing on so far, but 2 requests is, I guess, acceptable, so that should be fine. Now we're going to move on to this one. So I will run this as well, and this is going to be more about, well, I'll just run this one now. This is going to be more about comparing it with the other sites, so this will be something I'll put in the blog. But here we are. So this is built the same way, but I will make a few comments. Let me get my comments up. So here we have the gallery, and I actually really didn't like this gallery. They have your skins, which doesn't, basically you have carousel, not visible, and standard. And then you are able to choose image size and such, but masonry is not really that good on here. So if I do masonry, because there's 7 images, it insists on putting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there has to be 3 in this row. So this row is now way further down when this image should be here on a well-designed masonry. So not a big fan of that. We can turn that off again. So you have to do it this way to make it look decent. The other thing is I could not find a way to make it where I can click here to open it. So you have to click the center icon. So I made it as big as I could. And here you are. So that's one thing. Moving on to blog posts, we have one of the comments that I have that I liked about this is the image is always full size. So one of the other ones, if the image is too small, like here I'm choosing medium, which is too small, so it should actually be smaller. It always makes it full size so it looks decent. It just gets blurrier if you use too small of an image. So I like that. Well, the one thing I don't like is I couldn't find any areas to turn on the options like dates, comments, who the author is. Like none of that's really there. So yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so that's one thing. You're kind of limited. They do have a few different skins. I haven't gone too deep into the skins. We can do that now. So it gives you a different look. And so, you know, a few options. And then coming down here, why isn't this working? Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. But here, so this is an image comparison. And let's try and reload this. So the image comparison, I liked that the settings were super easy to find. We can look at the page. I can just show you. So the before, after, and additional, it's really, there's not hundreds of menus that you're searching through. You can choose where the before, after visibility, what is there. You can interact with the slider by clicking, by handling, by hovering, and you can control each of these. So I really thought that was pretty well designed without taking away any features. It's just easy and clean. So that's what we're going to look at here. This is just the header in its default state, which we can click on. You get subheadings, main headings, and split main heading. You've got a lot of features here, advanced heading as well. And so there's a lot of features. It seems to have a lot of options in most of them, but I would say that the gallery and at least the blog post, I wasn't super impressed with the options. Again, you can't click on this photo unless you click specifically on that button. And so that's it for this roundup. I will give you an example just because it wasn't loading. So here we are, and here's the comparison. So we can compare. That's weird. Okay. Anyway, it's got the hover and then the compare. So there you go. And just for reference, adding all of those images and such, you're looking at from 27 requests up to 46 requests. And a lot of those are the images, and so it's pretty good. And we will compare this with the other ones on the blog post. So you can see also in my other videos how this 46 compares to the other ones. And 900 kilobytes is pretty decent as well. So that's it for this video. And well, actually, sorry, I have one more thing. So here's a compatibility chart. So the element pack I found works pretty well with JetElements and Ultimate Addons, like if you run them both together. But if I run the PowerPack or the Plus Addons, it seems to just create an endless spinning circle, and you're not able to add widgets anymore. So I would say this is pretty decent because you will notice pretty much all of them only allow 2. So that is pretty much just how it works. And the exception of that is the Plus add-on, which for whatever reason literally cannot play with any other widgets. So if you are thinking about getting multiple add-on packs, then this is something to be aware of, which I will also have on the blog post. So this is it for this video, and I will get started on the next video, which will be JetElements. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you.